How to become successful flipping homes in a recession. Can you really make money on flips in a recession when prices keep coming down? Now, this is the third recession we've gone through here at Hard Money Mike, and there are a couple tricks, and we've actually already started helping a lot of our clients with these strategies to make sure they're successful. Because there are people out there who are just dabbling in flips, and there are people who this is their life, this is their career, and they're gonna flip no matter what. So how do you do that and be successful as we tighten up? The 5 things that we go over with everyone. First is you gotta buy in the lower end. You gotta buy in the price point that is medium price in your community and below. There's more options for people who are still buying. They can still have affordability. It's probably as close to rent or still cheaper than rent, even if rates go from 7 to 8%. And also you have those buyers that are moving down. What you're gonna find is buying at the lower end is gonna make you more successful because there's gonna be just more buyers in this category as the recession continues. Number 2 is make sure if you're going to buy a property that it cash flows. Because there's a possibility, we don't know what's gonna happen. We understand one thing, rental rates and rental numbers are going up over a recession. Home ownership is going down. You may have to keep this property for 6, 12, or 18 months to make it work. If you're flipping, you have to understand what's the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario for you should be you have to keep it as a rental. So make sure it cash flows. Make sure you have the ability to refinance it when you're doing it. One other trick, if you have a property on the market and you're thinking about refinancing it and keeping it as a rental, don't drop the price. Because every time you drop the price, it drops your availability for loans because the appraiser is going to appraise it based partly on the price you had it listed for. So if you keep dropping it, that means your loan to value. That means it's harder to get a loan and it's going to cost you more. So number 2 is make sure it's a rent capable property and make sure you put it in the best position possible by not dropping the price, because that's just going to mean you're going to have to put more money into it. Number 3 is kind of hard for a lot of people in flips, and that is to start cutting your ARVs 10 to 20%. They anticipate, interest rates next year for consumers to go from 7 to 8% and maybe even 8.5%. But every time it goes up 1%, so when it goes from that 7% to the 8%, the consumer's ability to purchase a house goes down between 7 and 10%. So if you had someone who could qualify for a $200,000 house and the rates go from 7 to 8%, that person is more than likely only going to be able to afford $180,000 or around that mark. So you have to understand as interest rates go up, prices are going to go down. People buy on payments. Their payment is going to pretty much stay the same, either just because of their budget or what they qualify for. So make sure on number 3 that when you're looking at your ARV, you're cutting it 10 or 20% just to take account the increase in interest rates that are coming up. Number 4, there's a lot of deals out there. Most of the iBuyers have left. So look at a lot of deals, buy very few. Find the ones that are in good areas at your price point that will cash flow. Make sure it's not the one on the corner or across from the busy street. Look at a lot of properties. Put in a lot of time looking at properties. Wholesalers have a lot more deals right now. There's more real estate agents going into the REO kind of specialists, so they're going to have more deals. There's going to be more deals out there. There's less buyers. Most of the people who are not pure fix and flip professionals have got out of the business. They probably won't come back for another 1 or 2 years. So this is a great time to start buying. Look at a lot of properties and buy very few. 5th, quality matters. If you're going to go into a flip in this kind of market, make sure the quality is there. We just did this for a client of ours where he was looking at a buyer on a property that could afford an $800,000 house in January 2022. Come October 2022, that same payment, when they could afford $800,000 back in January, now only gets them $575,000. But if they're going to buy, they wanted an $800,000 house, now they can only get $575,000. The house that they will buy, if they're going to buy, is the one they walk into and they see quality. They see quality work. They see everything put together and they don't have to walk in and say, I have to start over. If they come in and say, we have to start over, they're probably going to leave and find something else. In this time, quality matters. You can't skip things and expect to sell it fast and maybe even get the best price. Make sure you're doing quality work when you're buying flips, especially when there's going to be more and more properties on the market. If you found this information helpful, like it, please share. If you have a deal you would like us to look at, we're still lending. We'd be happy to help you fund that deal. Just email us at mike@hardmoneymike. Happy investing.